Good day and welcome back to another video on Eve Echoes. Um, Today I'm just going to do a quick follow through on weapon style and fight playthrough. The advanced tutorial actually becomes very slow once you pass your first stage, so I'm just going to give a quick follow through on how to fight. So the first thing to note is where you're going. Each system has a different rating, and if you open your side and look through the anomalies, you're going to find that you get medium and large anomalies. Large anomalies are very important. So here's one. This is where you get the best loot. I found a cosmic, no cosmic, a MK3 reactive armor. It's very good for your armor. It allows you to take a bigger beating when it comes to losing your shield. And overall, I find it to be very important. So right now I'm heading towards this anomaly. You find that the anomalies are really clustered when they are large because a lot of people rush towards them very quickly. Okay, and the second thing you should do is always switch on your loot detector so that you can get a hold of loot as soon as you can, because loot disappears that fast in this game. Pulse laser. So here's the other thing for your game play. When it comes to using weapons, you must remember that drones are used basically for hitting a target. If you're using something like missiles, the drones are going to be very important because they help you get onto your target with every hit almost. Okay. As you can see, I'm basically looting everybody's loot here. Now, when it comes to playing with your different weapons, a missile launcher is very good in that range of 15 to 20. A torpedo launcher is an up close weapon, generally, from what I've seen. You're going to use about 10 to 5 kilometers on your distance when you're fighting. And that's just about as close as you want to get to these fights when it comes to the main course of the game. Okay. Now I'm actually heading towards a mission and I'm running through each sector and seeing what I can find. Okay, these are all MK1 weapons. They're not really all that important, but I can use them in reprocessing at a later stage. And let's double check cosmic anomalies. Yeah, so I don't have another large. Now, the higher the number of your sector, as you can see, this is a 0.9. When you get to 1, you get very strong enemies a lot, and you might get up to 2 or 3 large anomalies at a time. You go in, you fight, and you're trying to find that rare gear. You're trying to find that MK level 3, that MK level 5. So that's the place where you're going to go to get it. And generally, your fighting stance, you can see that I have two attachments on my low end. They are the reactive shield and the drive, the thruster. The reason for it is your thruster helps you evade more fire, and the reactive armor, it helps you take a harder beating, because some fights like the one fight I got into yesterday, I was fighting an opponent for 70,000 ISK. They beat through my shield in less than a minute, and it took me almost 2 minutes to take them all down. But since I had the reactive armor, it took quite some time for it to get through. Now, when it comes to jumping, you should always note that you can take different routes. Like I prefer shorter. You can always open it out and jump through another system. I have noticed that the jitter system is very packed. So the best idea over there is to avoid it. Now look at this system, full of anomalies. Okay, switching back to loot. Now this is gonna be your basic style of play. You're gonna try and get loot in. You're gonna try and get your ISK out. Now there's two things which I've noticed already. Omega clones are very important for the gameplay, and an easy way to get it is to hold on to your ISK and purchase Plex. You can purchase 500 Plex and get a 30-day. Now I've already seen how much I collect at a time, how much I spend. It actually should take you nothing more than about 5 or 6 days to get to maximum Plex. As you can see, I activated both the reflective armor and the thruster immediately when getting into combat. I find that this here helps me reduce the damage I take drastically. As you can see, I've already taken 20% damage from these ships. It's a large. And I've already eliminated one. No loot. Okay, so this is the basics of how you're gonna fight. Now, you can follow the fight if you want to and see where your enemies are, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. Because the moment you auto lock on 3 enemies, you just leave it to fire. You just auto focus on one and everything will start falling in line on the next opponent the moment they become available. Yeah, that's one thing, the capacity power. It drops really fast, and if you aren't careful, you'll be without the ability to regen a shield in the middle of a massive fight. Nothing good. Okay, a hardening shield or a refractive shield. That also reduces the amount of damage you take. I prefer the regenerative shield because they give you the best amount of time in a fight. I've tried the other two types of shields as well. They're not as effective as sorry about that. They're not as effective as the regenerative shields. You can see that I'm continuously pressing approach because every time it's firing in concentration, it's trying to turn back towards the opponent. Okay, capacity, turn off shield. Right now I'm the only one fighting this large anomaly. That's because I got it on a lower level sector and there's hardly anybody around. But most of the time when you're in a level 1 or level 9 sector, it's going to be 4 to 5 guys in the fight and you have to get to that loot really quick. Otherwise you're not even going to stand a chance to get it. I picked up a broken ship fragment in one of these fights as well. So yeah, those are some of the things that you can get. So this is just the video for today. Unfortunately, the advanced tutorial, I'm at number 5 and I'm really stuck here because of the skill and the training progression. You can use your skill points, but considering how long it takes to get your skill points, I don't see the point in it. Okay, thank you. Oh, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. Helps me get my video out to more people. Thank you.